Charles?
Yeah, I heard what you had to say. It's easy to talk to people that way, but I'm a person who's had insurance over the past 25 years, but the whole economy has changed in such a way now that every place I work for, it's contract now. Yeah, I could probably afford insurance, like you said. I probably can, but at the end of the month, I won't have a dime. I ain't and I ain't going to buy no new car. Neither is my wife. We're not going to have no money left over.
Okay, but let me ask you this then, Charles.
And another thing I'd like to say is, before I let you go, is the amount of my wife works with Skill District. She has her insurance. If I got insurance on her plan would quadruple in cost for the health insurance just to add me to it.
Okay. Now let me ask you this: have you been on a vacation in the last 5 years?
The last time I was on a vacation was when I had a permanent job before I got laid off. That was about 2-3 years ago. Let me see, something like that.
Okay. So you got $2,500 a month totally unaccounted for.
Where do you come up with this $2,500 a month unaccounted for?
I'm going by your data. Y'all make $53,000 a year between you, which I'm estimating is probably about $3,400 a month take home.
Well, I have other things that I've accumulated when things were better times. I mean, I have a cabin out in the woods that's unfinished that I try to work on myself, but I don't have much money to spend on it right now. It's all skeletal walls on the inside, but I have to pay the taxes on it. I guess I should sell that so I have more money, huh?
No, Charles. I think you're entitled to have whatever you want whenever you want, and I think it's horrible that you're having to do the work on your cabin that you own by yourself. And what kind of crap country has this become?
Yeah, it's everything I've accumulated over the last 25, 30 years when I had a good job. I don't have a good job anymore because ever since 911, the whole IT market.
Got it. It went to crap. Let me ask you this, Charles. So you've had a job for 30 years, you're 58 years old. How much do you have in savings?
Most of my stuff are in accounts of things that are I can't touch until I'm 58 or and a half or something. They're a little bit here, a little bit there. I probably maybe $90,000 in stocks and things that for over the past 35 years since I've been working.
Okay, but you don't know.
I don't know exactly the dollar. All I know is I can't touch any of it, and why should I? Should I spend all that so I can just go on welfare when I retire?
So are you working now?
I'm working now on a temporary contract.
Well, I mean, with all due respect, Charles, it's hard for me to feel very sympathetic for somebody telling me they can't spend on health insurance, which should be one of your highest priorities. It's hard for me to appreciate that when you admit you don't have a family budget. I mean, you don't know what you spend on anything.
That's because I save enough money that I have a buffer. But if I were to have health insurance, I would have no money at all in the bank. I would not save any money. It would all be gone.
Okay, but that means that having money as a buffer is more important to you than health care, which I'm okay with.
That means if the roof leaks, I have money that I can repair the roof. That means if the engine blows up in my car, I'll have enough money where I can fix it so I won't have to charge it on a card and pay 17% interest.
Okay. All right, Charles. I think if we get down to this, let me be very rude and very judgmental, but very honest. If you're 58 years old and you have been continuously employed for over 30 years, you're making over $50,000 a year between you. You say you've made a lot more in the past. Let me ask you this, Charles. What were your best years? What's the most you ever made in a year?
I don't know, probably $58,000.
$58,000 over 30 years? Sir, you ought to have $200,000 in a savings account that's liquid cash. I mean, honestly, if you had been wise or even slightly frugal about your money over the last 30 years. Now, I know we're not supposed to say that because we're all victims all the time. Everything I hear you say, Charles, is not your fault. And no matter what you have that other people in other countries don't have, it's just crap because it's not any good. Well, I got a cabin out in the woods, but I have to do the work myself. It's horrible. And I have to pay taxes on that cabin, and it's terrible. Well, most of the world doesn't have a cabin they live in, much less a secondary cabin that they go play and read pornos in. Well, I have a car that's 7 years old, and it's not any good. Most of the world can't afford a car. Oh, my wife has a car, and it's old, and it's no good. Most of the world doesn't have a second card. Well, I only have Netflix. I don't have cable. You ever traveled anywhere else? I mean, look, if you made that kind of money for that many years and you had put aside 10% of your earnings, 10%, that's all, you'd have enough money to subsidize everything we're talking about. The fact that you didn't do it doesn't make you an evil person. I'm not saying that. But it also doesn't make you a victim, sir. Yes, the economy's bad. That's why you got to vote Obama out. But at some point, you're going to have to take some personal responsibility for the consequences of your actions. If you're not saving money during the good times, then during the bad times, you're going to struggle. What else did you expect? I'm not trying to be rude, sir. I'm simply pointing out you could afford health insurance if that was important to you. And if instead you save up money so that you can pay for your health care crises, that's okay too. But be responsible.
Who paid for that trip?
Well, those resources are...
The Michael Berry Show. We pay for our own trips.